Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever you're sitting down to do this. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me and introduce myself. My name is Lisa, and I've been teaching wellness, yoga, fitness, meditation for about 15 years, and working on personal development with youth and now adults and children. I have 2 kids of my own and a bonus son and a foster daughter. So in between that, I teach wellness. And this is Onyx, one of my students, and the cat, Cabot. In our in-person sessions, we have emotional support animals, and she's one of them. So she's going to pop in and out, and if you were in a session, that's what it would look like. So she'll be around. We're going to start with some breath work. And then just move into some basic poses, just so you can get the hang of it. And I just want to reiterate that I am not a medical doctor. Anything that I'm suggesting is just a suggestion, an idea. I urge you to take it up with your medical professional if you have any questions or concerns. If we're moving through a pose and it feels painful, please move out of it. Please use your discretion. If it's uncomfortable, I'm going to invite you to move through that, because that's how we work through discomfort in life. But again, pain, not good, so move out of that. At the end of the video or on the website, there's going to be a link to my website. So if you have any questions or concerns or input, please do reach out. And we're going to do some modifications to the poses as well. This is new for me, doing online. I'm usually in person, so I do have a cheat sheet. Please bear with me. I'm going to refer to that when I need to. And I just want you to remember that showing up, even if it's for 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, if you just watch the video the first time, just as long as you show up, just show up for yourself, and that's a win. There's no goal in meditation or yoga. It's just movement. And a lot of times when we're working through mental health, we try and fight things with our mind, and what we need to do is move that energy through our body. So that's where yoga comes in. It helps your posture, it helps your sleep, it helps your overall body, physical and mental health. So we're just going to start with some breath work. And a true yoga breath is breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So when you breathe in through your nose, you want to push your belly out. I want everyone to just take a breath, just a normal breath, how you normally would. So just take a breath. If you are breathing in through your chest, that means you're in fight or flight, which most of us are, and we want to get out of that. So you want your belly to go out, filling up your belly first, and then your diaphragm and your ribs. And then when you're breathing out, we're going to breathe out through our mouth if you can, or your nose, but pressing your belly button back into your spine. So we'll take one yoga breath. So breathe in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. We'll just do 5 of these. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. We'll do 2 more. So in through your nose, and breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose, and out through your mouth. When you're practicing yoga or breath work, it's normal for your mind to wander. So instead of being hard on yourself, just gently bring it back. Just gently try and bring yourself back to present. And it's work in progress. I always tell my students, if you want to have a 6-pack, you don't go to the gym one time. You go over and over and over. And that's the same with mindfulness. So to be mindful throughout your day, even in a busy day, we don't just want to be mindful in a dark room with candles and yoga music and our mats. We want to try and be mindful throughout the day, and that's a practice. So even if you gave this 5-minute breath or 5-second breath, that's a start. And doing that 3 times a day, once a day, I'd like you to share with me if you're willing, either through the website or through my email, If you can share with me what you've done in the weeks in between the videos, I'd love to hear from you. Again, 30 seconds of breath work is better than no seconds of breath work. 5 minutes of yoga is better than no minutes of yoga. Walking, and anything you're doing to take care of yourself, writing it down helps to share that win. So I'd love to hear from you. So we're going to move into a breath work that I love to do, and it's been proven through science now, through MRIs, that it does change your chemistry in your brain when it's done over time. So we're going to take a breath. We're going to breathe in through our nose for 6 seconds. We're going to hold our breath for 5 seconds, and then we're going to breathe out through our mouth for 7 seconds. Nice and slow. We're going to do that 4 times, and then we're going to stop, and we're going to go through that round again, and I'll walk you through it. So we'll breathe in. Breathe in through our nose. Hold your breath, and then breathe out. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath, and breathe out. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath, and breathe out through your mouth. So we'll do one more time. Breathing in. Hold your breath, and breathe out. And now you can just take some normal breaths at your own pace. When you're doing a meditation or breath work, if you want to leave your hands up to receive, your palms up to receive energy, or down to ground. Just take a few breaths at your own pace. I'll move through that one more time. So breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath. And breathe out. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath. And breathe out through your mouth. One more time. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath. And breathe out through your mouth. And then just take a moment to close your eyes and see how your body and your mind feels after that. And just return to your regular breath. If you feel lightheaded, it's probably because your brain hasn't been getting enough oxygen with the breath, with your regular breathing, so that's a pretty normal feeling. It's just because the right amount of oxygen is going to your brain. So we're just going to run through some poses that I'm going to use in the future, just so everybody can get an awareness of what that might look like. We're going to start with a warm-up. So you can stand up. And I've been doing yoga, Onyx has been doing yoga for about 2 years, maybe more. So they're going to prompt some questions that some of you might be having. And again, reach out over the website if you like to ask questions after. So we're going to start with just a neck exercise. We're just going to put our neck down, again, not stretching, but just relaxing. And then we're going to go to our left, and then back, and then down to our right, forward. Try and relax your shoulders and push them away from your ears. Left side, back, and to your right. Again, forward, left, back, opposite way. So we'll go back, left, forward, and right. Back, left, forward.
Going a little fast.
Am I? Yeah. Okay. And then we'll roll our shoulders back. So we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna go backwards to start. So we're gonna breathe in and go up. Pressing our shoulders together at the back, and then breathing out, coming down and forward. Breathing in, coming up. Going back, down, and pressing our shoulders together forward. Breathing in. Squeezing our shoulder blades together at the back. Breathing out, dropping them, and squeezing them forward at the front. And now we're going to reverse. So we'll breathe in, squeeze them together at the back and come up. Breathing out, squeezing them together in the front and coming down. Breathing in, squeezing them together at the back and coming up. Breathing out, together in the front and down. One more time, breathing in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and bring them up. And breathing out, bring them together and down. Then we can take our arms out to the side and we'll just do some shoulder rolls. So you can leave your hands floppy. We'll just roll our shoulders forward. Nice and slow, just warming them up to do some poses. And then back the other way. We can drop our arms. And we'll take our right leg out. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, make sure you have something nearby, but we'll just do some donkey kicks. So just forward and back. Just get some mobility in our hips. And then switch sides, so moving to your left. Drop your arms and legs. It's always a good idea to warm up before you do yoga poses, as you're going to be holding them. Squats are good, planks are good, push-ups are always good. So we're just going to do some squats so that when we're holding our poses we have a little bit of strength in our legs. So what we're going to do is spread our feet about shoulder width apart, tuck our tailbone under, roll our shoulders back, make sure our stomachs are tight, and we're just going to lean back. So you don't want your knees to be like this. This isn't a squat, but you want your butt to go back. And then you're going to come up, and you're going to push through your heels when you come up and bring your arms back. Breathe in, come down, and breathe out, come up. If you need to spread your feet further apart, do that, as long as your knees aren't going too far over your ankles. But get in a comfortable position. So breathe in, come down, breathe out, come up. Breathe in, come down, breathe out, come up. In, and out, and one more time, in, and out. And then we're going to do a plank. This is a great exercise to build strength, but it's also one of our core exercises in our yoga movements. So we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. So this is another pose. This is called tabletop. And I'm just going to put my hair back.
How far apart should our arms and legs be?
So your hands, good question. So your hands should be underneath your shoulders, and you want to have your palms spread so that your weight is going evenly throughout your fingertips and your sort of this ball here. And your knees should be about hip width apart. Your feet can be pointed to the back wall. So your shoulders should be stacked with your wrist, and your knees should be stacked with your hips. And that'll give you the proper distance. So you don't want to be forward like this, and you don't want to be back like this. So tabletop is a common pose, and from here we're going to go into a plank. So we're going to go onto the balls of our foot. This is not a plank. This is not a plank. You want your butt to be lined up with your back, sort of in a straight line from your shoulders down to your heels. And if you can hold this for 3 seconds, great. 5 seconds, great. But this is what is going to give you your strength to hold your poses. If you need to move down to your knees, or down to your elbows, or like this, there's many variations, so you just have to get into the pose that's best for you. And then we'll come back up to tabletop. So you tuck your knees again. And we're going to move through some cat-cow poses, and this really helps to align your spine to get those transmitters firing up to your brain properly. So even if you just do this in the morning and at night, this is a great exercise. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to tuck. We're going to breathe in and tuck our tailbone under and curl our spine like a cat. And then we're going to breathe out and we're going to roll our tailbone up and our chin up and breathe out. So this is the cow. So again into cat, breathing in, tucking your tailbone and rolling your shoulder blades apart. Breathing out, rolling your shoulder blades back together at the back, chin up, tailbone up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then we're going to go back. This is another pose. We're going to go back into child's pose. This is a nice resting pose for any time you're done moving through something a little tougher. So your feet are going to be sort of tucked, your toes touching, and your knees are going to be about just a little further than hip distance. And then you're going to put your butt back and go forward. And you're going to think about spreading your shoulder blades apart if you can. You can rest your head on your mat and just breathe. And then you can walk your hands forward and come back up. So you're sitting over top of your heels. And we'll move into cross legs, and we'll just run through some of the poses that we're going to be doing throughout these sessions, so that you have this video to refer back to should you need it. I'm probably not going to use any fancy language. We'll just keep it nice and simple for everybody. So I'm going to start with cactus, which is just like this, just how a cactus looks. So your arms are at just bent at the elbows. If you can get your shoulders back like that, I have less mobility, but that's actually a perfect cactus pose. And you always want to be reaching through your fingers so that you're never like this. You always want to be stiff but relaxed, if that makes sense. Try and roll your shoulders away from your ears, and we'll just take a few breaths here. One more breath. If you remember to use yoga breath, great. So in through your nose, out through your mouth, or in through your nose, out through your nose, as long as you're breathing. This is cactus. So we'll drop our arms, and we'll just take a moment. Probably feel a bit of tingle in your arms. We'll just take a moment and see how that feels. It's always good to check in with your body after a pose. do that for another 5 seconds. Go into, again, whichever plank is most comfortable for you. We'll typically be using this, so your arms stacked under your shoulders. And then you can drop your knees. We're going to go into runner's pose. So runner's pose, you can bring your left leg forward. Actually, I'm going to switch so we're in the same position here. So let's try with our left leg first. So your left leg is going to be flat on the ground, your foot. And you're going to have your knees stacked over your ankle. And you can either, if this is what's going to be comfortable for you as we're moving through, that's great. But a runner's pose is up, so up on the ball of your foot, and then up. So this is where the squats come in handy, so that you can hold your pose and you have lots of strength for your legs. And we'll drop back down and we'll just switch sides. So this time you're going to bring your left foot forward, flat on the ground, knees stacked over your ankle. Lift up on the ball of your left foot. If you need to stay with your hands on the ground, or you can come up. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can use a towel, you can use a blanket, you can use nothing. If you reach out, I can also find a way to supply some yoga mats. If you reach out over the website. Okay, so drop your knees. And then we'll just go back into child's pose again. So again, feet together, knees apart. Put your butt stacked over your heels and reach forward with your arms. So from runner's pose, often we move into a warrior pose. So we'll bring our left foot forward again, and we'll come up. And then you can plant your right heel down, so your foot's going to be at about a 45-degree angle there. And your hips are going to be forward. You don't want your heel or your knee too far over your heel, and you don't really want your legs straight. If you need to adjust, bring your feet closer together. There's no set distance on how far apart your feet have to be. It's just wherever you're comfortable. So if that's closer together, great. And then a warrior one is the arms up. So your shoulders, you always want to try and keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then we'll just move on to the other side. So we'll drop our hands, bring our feet together, and you're going to then push your left leg back and keep your right leg forward. And bend your right knee, come up, drop your left heel, and come up into warrior one on the other side. It's warm in here? A little bit warm. Okay, so we'll drop down, bring our feet together. And come up. When you come up out of a pose, you want to go slow. You don't want to pop up. You want to come slow, keeping your knees slightly bent and rolling up just through each vertebrae, tucking your tailbone under and rolling your shoulders back. So another common pose that we'll be doing is the chair pose. So from the front, it'll look like this. You want to keep your knees stacked over your ankles, not too far over your toes, and you just want to push your butt back from your hips and bring your arms up. It doesn't matter how far you bend, how low you go, it's just getting into the pose. So if your knees are only slightly bent and you can bring your arms forward to here, great. Again, this is an adjust at your own pace. So wherever it feels comfortable for you. And from the side, that'll look like this. And then you can breathe in and come up. And when you breathe out, push your palms out, moving the energy away from your body. So we're going to go into a runner's pose again on our left side. So you're going to put your left foot flat on the ground, bend at the knee, bring your right foot back into a warrior one.
Do you have to have your foot at an angle?
However it's comfortable for you. So if, yeah, not too far forward, because that's gonna put pressure on your knee. Just slightly bent. You can also leave it up. So if you wanna stay up on the ball of your foot, that's great too. Does that answer you? Yes. Okay, good question. So then we're gonna twist to our right here and bring our arms out to the side, and this is warrior two. And in this pose, you wanna have your hips forward this way, not twisted this way. Your knee doesn't wanna come too far in. Perfect. Yep. And then your back knee is straight. Your back leg is straight. You can look over your front fingertips, so this will be the left. And again, we don't really want our hands to be flop. We want them to be pointed for a strong pose. And so then we can drop our arms, twist forward again, bring them up, breathe out, bring them down, and then bring our right foot forward. And from here, we'll go into warrior two. Let's switch sides so our back is into the camera. So we'll bring our right foot forward, our left leg back. We'll go into warrior one. And from there, twist to your left into warrior two. So again, your knee is stacked over your ankle, it's not tilted in. Your hips are tilted or turned forward. And your arms are strong, not too high. We don't need them way up here. They're just supposed to be sort of level with your shoulders. And you can look over your right fingertips and just remember to breathe. And from here we can move into warrior one. We can drop our arms and come forward. And we'll just go back into chair. So feet about hip distance apart, bend at the knees, arms up. So you just want to triangulate your knee just a little bit back so it's more stacked. Yep, even if it means you have to come up a bit higher out of that pose. Yep, perfect. And then we'll come up, breathing in, reaching through our hands, breathing out, pushing out through our palms. Another pose that we'll do often is the frog pose. So knees more than hip distance apart, wherever it's comfortable for you. If you need a chair or the wall, I'll show you that variation. So we're just gonna bend at our knees. Bend at the hips. Again, you don't want your knees too far over your ankles. You want to try and have them back as far as you can. And if you can keep your back as straight as you can with your shoulders tucked away from your ears. Again, it's not how far down you can go. It's just about getting into that pose. And hold it for as long as you can. If you need to come out after 2 seconds, then you come out after 2 seconds. Again, it's a work in progress. This is the wall variation. So if you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, you can come out like that. And we'll just take a few breaths here if you can. And then we'll come up, we'll bring our arms up, breathing in, looking up at our hands, and breathing out, pushing out through our palms. From here, I think we'll move into, I'll show you a reverse triangle, which is another common pose we're going to be using. So with your feet more than hip distance apart, you can point your toes out about 45 degrees. We're going to turn to our right, point our toes forward, and bend our front knee. And then we're going to take our left hand and place it anywhere on our left leg, preferably not your knee, but your hip, your thigh, and we're going to just reverse backwards and bring our right arm up. So you want to have your hips pointed forward and everything sort of stacked. So you don't have your shoulders away from your ears. You don't want to be back like this. Yep, you're perfect. Keeping your front leg bent, and from here we're gonna straighten our front leg and move into triangle. So you're gonna lean forward just to your hips. Again, it's not how far you go. If you get to here, that's great. If you have a yoga block, or if you don't own a yoga block, a chair, and you can rest your hand on a chair or a pillow, anything that you need to use to rest your hand on. Bringing our left arm up, again stacking, and this is called triangle. And you can take your gaze to wherever it's comfortable for you. If you want to look at the floor, if you can take your gaze up to your left hand, sometimes it just inhibits your balance a little bit. And from here we'll breathe in and come up, arms straight, we'll drop everything, bring our feet together and just give our bodies a shake. Close our eyes, roll our shoulders back, and just take a few breaths here and notice how our body feels. Do the other side. So we'll take our feet more than hip distance apart. Spread our toes, spread our feet out just about 45 degrees. Roll our shoulders back. And then we'll switch sides. So we'll twist to our left, pointing our left toes towards the wall, bending our knee, and we're going to reverse triangle, taking our right arm on our right leg, hips pointing forward, shoulders stacked, and bring our left arm up. Again, take your gaze wherever you're comfortable. Breathing in, reaching up, straightening your front leg, and coming into triangle. So you're going to take your left hand on your left leg, and you're going to bring your right arm up. Again, trying to keep your hips from twisting towards that leg. You want them to stay straight. And keep your shoulders back, away from your ears, taking your gaze wherever it's comfortable for you. Breathing in, reaching up, coming out of that, and then again you can just bring your feet together, sort of shake out your body, roll your shoulders back. Close your eyes and take a moment. And from here we're just going to take our hands into prayer, and we're just going to take a few breaths and give our body some gratitude for allowing us to move. Giving some gratitude to our minds for remaining present. No matter how many times we've had to rein them back in and pull them back in because they wandered. If you've given up and you're just watching, great. If you've turned it off and you're going to come back to it later, wonderful. If you've done 3 out of 10 poses, still good. Just remember to be gentle to ourselves. Breathe in and breathe out and drop your arms. And from here we'll move into a bridge pose. So you can fall onto your mat, keep your feet flat on the ground, your knees bent, and we'll roll back. So that our back is on the ground, shoulders on the ground, and you can walk your feet so your heels are a bit closer to your butt there. And you can leave your hands, palms up or palms down, as long as your shoulders are on the ground. We're just going to lift our hips up. Our hips and our lower back. And we're going to breathe out and we're going to roll down through each vertebrae of our spine till our lower back touches and then eventually our tailbone. And then we'll breathe in, lift our tailbone, roll our spine till everything's lifted. It doesn't matter how high you lift as long as you're lifting. So you're going to press through your heels, so you should be able to lift your toes up. And breathe out. Breathe in and lift and breathe out and drop everything. We'll do that 2 more times. So breathe in nice and slow, lift your hips and roll your back up. And breathe out and drop everything. One more time, breathe in and lift. And breathe out and drop everything. And you can straighten your legs and slowly roll up. I'm just going to refer to my cheat sheet and see what I've missed here. Very good. Okay, so we're just going to move into a downward dog. So we're going to go into tabletop again. And so from here we're going to tuck our toes and then lift our butt to the ceiling, straightening our arms and legs. If you need to keep your knees bent, that's okay. If you need to move forward more or back more, that's okay. And a lot of times we're just going to walk it's called walking the dog. So we're just going to bend our knees and press our heels back, opposite foot. So we're going to take our left, push our heel back, and bend our right knee. And then switch. So you're going to push your right heel back and bend your left knee. And we'll just do that a few times. It just gives a nice stretch in the back of that leg. Just move through those. We'll just do about 3 more. And then we're just going to try and press our heels back. And you want to try and think of pressing your shoulder blades away from each other. So getting a nice stretch in that upper back. Your hands are spread, so your fingertips are spread apart, and you're pushing through your fingertips and that sort of fleshy part of your palm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. When you breathe out, bend your knees and walk your feet forward. And we're going to slowly roll up so we don't get dizzy. Bring our arms up. And pushing our palms out, breathing out. Another variation, you can follow along if you like. If you don't, that's okay. Another variation to come out of that, if you do have a tendency to get dizzy, is to bend your knees and go back into tabletop. Take a few breaths here, roll your shoulders back, and then come up this way. And then come to standing. We'll get into some balance poses, I think, another time, but I just wanted to walk you through some of the main ones that we'll be starting with. Again, if you have any questions or comments, or you want to just share with me what you've done through the weeks, I'd really love to hear. That's how you stay motivated, is to share. So group work is really important, even if you're doing it alone, to have a group of people that are supportive of and having the same goals is really, really important. So I'm super happy to have people reach out and just share what they've done. This is such a pleasure for me to be able to share my gifts, and I just wanted to express gratitude. I know how much work has gone into this program for everybody to have me here, and I just wanted to say thank you for welcoming me into this community and doing yoga with me and getting healthy with me. It really is my passion. I want to reiterate that anyone can do yoga. It doesn't matter your size, your shape, your gender, your background, your experience, and I'd love if you have questions or you need some more modifications, I'd love to help with that. So please do reach out over the website or my email. And we're just going to take a few breaths to wind down. I think we'll roll onto our backs here. You can straighten your legs. Keep your palms up. Again, if you want to receive energy, keep your palms up. If you want to ground yourself, put your palms down. You can take a hand onto your heart and onto your belly if you like. And we'll move through that yoga breath. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, bringing our bellies up first. Then filling our ribs and our chest. Breathing out, pushing your belly button towards your spine. Breathe in. And this time we'll breathe out heavy through our chest. Releasing anything that's weighing us down. Breathe in and breathe out through your throat. Breathe in. Again, breathing out through your throat. A lot of times as youth, we don't get a voice. We don't feel like we have a voice, so it gets trapped. And so we're just going to release that so our throats aren't tight, and that's going to help us to use our voice in a productive way when we need to. So breathe in. Again, breathe out through your throat. Breathe in. And breathe out. And we'll breathe into our chest again. And breathe out heavy through our chest, releasing anything that's sitting. Sometimes, you could stay like that if you want. Sometimes things weigh us down, things get heavy on us, and what happens is if we can't express it through our voice or work through it through our minds, our bodies take over, they think they're helping us. But what it happens is it gets trapped. It'll get trapped in your chest or your stomach or your shoulders or your hips, and it creates then joint pain, stomach problems, digestion problems. So breathing just really allows us to release that. We'll stay on our backs. And we'll breathe in. And this time we're going to release through our belly. So we're just going to really relax in through our stomach here. A lot of times we walk around with tight belly, holding on to whatever has happened through the days, the weeks, the months. So we're just going to release that. We'll breathe in. And release that. And then we'll just return to our normal breath. And we're going to say a silent gratitude. If you're doing this with a partner, if you have someone with you, that's great. But just know that everybody is working together, even though we're apart. And so we're just going to say a gratitude for being here with each other. And showing up for yourself. And sharing the space together. Just remember to keep breathing. We're just going to take our arms over our head, around the sides with our palms up, and then we're going to bring them forward with our palms down. Just moving that energy, flipping our palms up and bringing them around the sides and up over our head. Breathing in and breathing out, bringing them forward, palms facing down. Breathing in. And breathing out. Two more times. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then we'll just drop our palms and take a few normal breaths. Another key component is trying to keep a smile on your face, a soft smile, which is difficult for me. I'm going to work on it. Again, this is all new for me, having to perform in front of a camera without a lot of input from other people and having to stop and adjust. So I just want to say thank you for your patience, and I look forward to working together and creating more. Namaste. Amen. However you choose to end your session.